So we need to straighten out the map, I think, but I want to make sure I'm right.
And just
Sorry.
that's it.
Got it.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, you know, last meeting, we just did the meeting.
Maybe
Signs.
so-
Change.
Which one?
How many of those things did you read before you got done?
The minutes?
Yeah, and then
Oh,
it's
okay.
so just like
Yeah,
that.
there are all 3 different things on there.
I saw the one from last meeting.
How many of you
Yeah, it should be that.
Measure and remeasure.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, I didn't see any others
I was like,
from the prior.
no, but I hit, I only see 11 minutes from 6.
So I was just wondering, if we changed it today, if she wanted,
From the,
and then I think they'll change it.
It should be.
yeah, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, that's, I mean,
Oh, from the audit,
so slow down,
appraisal.
slow down to the 30,
Yeah.
and I get this guy.
Yes.
Yes. You're looking at him going,
I'm gonna discuss
Yeah,
it.
good one on this day.
And I'm saying,
4 and 3.
where?
just thinking, so I'm gonna talk to T-Mobile.
We're in.
No, right there, I said, well,
Somebody heading south,
What other issues I've got to straighten.
somebody had to sell, and then something's going on.
and they nail the driver. The driver go out front.
Whenever you're
Yeah.
available, it's
Yeah.
just, you know, weekend or.
Yes, it does. Goes
You
well.
can't do it at night, so.
See if we can put,
Most people want lots up there.
Lot more.
So, I've been.
like, see here,
I've been.
like, see here.
Well, I have 2 people anyway, that definitely want.
I was out and about.
You guys looked at the plan and stuff.
Yes, I just.
You did? Yeah.
So I'd have to give
Or
you.
until he finishes measuring. Yeah, I told him, I said, eventually, we just have to get some.
Yeah, I think we.
Thank you very much. You went through.
By the way, if anybody's warm, we turned up the heat because I was cold. But I can hear it still going, so just let us know, we'll turn it back down. It's time.
Quiet.
All right. 4 more minutes.
Oh, yesterday? He sent it to me. Oh, you didn't get it? No. Yeah, and I texted Sam because I know he's a check this. I bet. 6 months. Just in time to measure. Let's get summertime. No, I've got to go.
I was gonna call you this week. Trying to get all the veterans in town together on Veterans Day. Okay. Here at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a picture for next year's celebration.
Oh, yeah, the 175th.
Yeah, so, and then, so we're trying to garden club. Here, all the clubs in town. We're trying to get there for that day, so I'm hoping by Friday, I'll have reached everybody, you know.
When is this gonna happen?
Veterans Day, November 11th, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. I'll have coffee and donuts.
It's a Saturday.
Yes, yeah, this year it's on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
I have the temple off.
Yeah, November 11th,
The
yeah.
Saturday now.
Right here.
Yeah, 13.
What's
Coffee and donuts.
1300?
Yeah. I'll be here.
Yes. We had to get the police department. So,
Be here for garden.
Yeah.
Breakfast, will be all
professional. I don't think so, because it was through. Are you taking notes tonight?
I can take notes.
No, Keisha.
She's down there. She's late
She's
night.
playing Sue tonight,
Yeah.
Susan Collins. Don't tell them.
All right, 7 o'clock. We'll call meeting for Tuesday, October 10th to order. First up on the agenda, cemetery trustee. It's budget time.
It's budget time, it's budget time.
Thank you.
So I think you should probably
Thank you, ma'am.
I bought an extra one for Keisha.
Yeah, put one on Keisha's. Put one on Keisha's.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great, thank you.
Well, we had some good news. We've kept the budget right where it was last year.
Yeah,
We're in the process of negotiating a 3-year contract with the person or the team that is going.
yeah,
And it looks as if it's definitely going to be within our budget for the next 3 years, so we're happy about that. And we've had no complaints about him, it's totally you.
that's good.
So we're happy about that.
He's been great.
He has been great.
Done a great,
Yeah.
Who is it?
Wallace Dugan, yeah.
especially with all the.
WDL.
Yeah, with all the rain and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's done a good job. So, our budget is the same as it has been the last couple of years.
Great.
Any questions? We're pretty much,
Repairs and maintenance, is that basically just a line fill right now, or do you guys have specific repairs in mind?
we've been trying to repair the stones as they've been damaged. It's very difficult to find someone, the one person that we've had doing it. He has like a 2-year backlog most of the time. And we've done them for all 3 cemeteries, and now we're going to start doing them again because there are several that are broken.
We did repair the entrance to Piscasset on all the.
Oh, you noticed it?
Yeah, the guy from the militia did that, right? Yeah.
Well, Eddie Nichols and Sam, the 2 volunteers repaired that. One of the gate stones had just fallen right off it. It broken, right?
We just epoxy posts and just redid it. Wasn't too bad. He had a machine, so just put it on.
And Sam had to drill holes in the bottom and the top and match them. It was quite a project. He did a good job.
Nice.
He was a big help, Eddie Nichols. Big help.
Questions? This is one of the easiest ones we get. And we do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, any other big things going on? Hilton?
No,
Any
we're
others?
working on Hilton
Yeah.
because between the garden club, we're going to be doing a sign at the end of the walkway, and we'll be pointing across the street
Yeah.
to the entrance to the Hilton Cemetery. And we were going to ask the road department if they would put a pedestrian cross, just a few lines for pedestrian crossway from one side of the road to the other. And there will be signs. Ray Buxton is going to make a few signs to direct people to the Hilton Cemetery.
Oh, nice.
And we will have information on the sign, not Ray's going to the garden club sign about the Hilton Cemetery.
Great.
And we're kind of putting that on hold until next year because I know you're planning to do a lot of work on Summer Street next year, correct?
This year, next year.
That's coming up in our later conversation.
Okay, so we were kind of waiting for that to see where we're gonna do, how we're gonna do that. We didn't want to jump ahead of that, because
Yeah.
there'll be probably a lot of tearing up.
I know every time there's like a nor'easter or strong winds, a lot of the trees come down that aren't necessarily in the pathway or the approach. They usually fall onto it. And myself and one of my sons have been trying to cut them up and just get them at least out of the roadway. It's starting to get like pretty congested with just the refuse on the sides.
Yeah, it's pretty messy though, we
Yeah,
down through
I'm
there.
gonna try this winter to make a little bit of a dent in it.
We've saved an awful lot of money because Sam has been,
Yeah,
Sam on the spot.
Absolutely.
yeah. The commute's not bad. But it was kind of my intent to try to do some more to it before, next May's celebration, I guess, type of thing.
All right.
That's great. Looks a lot better than it used to though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anything else?
Good.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys coming first.
Have a good evening.
You're welcome to stay. Next up, you two. Keith and Brian, Route 108.
Stayed in New Hampshire. I want to do some repair work over between New Road and Great Bay Athletics, off over the Great Bay Narrow Park. So they're asking to detour traffic down New Road, passenger vehicles.
All traffic?
Well, they're gonna keep southbound lane on 108 open, so it would be just the northbound going on the road. So, and then obviously any trucks over 6 ton they'd have to stop southbound traffic on 108 and put the trucks down 108, they'd have details. And I told them we'd have to have a detail, because we talked, and because of the bridge being so narrow on New Road, anybody on New Road coming to 108, and then if they put traffic from 108 over New Road, they'd have to have details for traffic to make sure one way is going over the bridge at a time, so people wouldn't meet, So they're willing to do the traffic details, so they're willing to do the whatever. We've done it.
When you say they're willing to do it, we do it, they'd pay for it?
Yeah, they're paying for everything. Yeah, it's no expense to us.
And New Road Bridge is in a decent enough shape to be able to handle this much traffic?
6-ton bridge. I mean, we do it every time there's an accident out there.
How long is this work gonna take?
I think it's just a day.
Oh, it's just one day?
That's one, it's not a year, they just.
Well, I was wondering if it was more like a week or two.
No, I said 1 or 2 days. 1 or 2 days. Yeah, it's just some pavement repairs, on that.
No concerns about rush hour and the volume?
They told me they were going from 8:30 to 9 start time and stop by 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
gonna try to avoid.
Okay, avoiding rush hour, that's great.
They're trying to do the same.
So I know we've done it over the years, multiple times. And we do it when there's accidents.
So you don't have any concerns?
I don't, as long as they have the manpower. I suggested having like a Newfields detail on New Road, so any trucks, one tons or whatever, bigger, get directed. They said they would stop southbound, because there's only 1 or 2 trucks, so we have to stop traffic for 5 minutes. They're not gonna be there very long, so they're gonna always keep southbound coming across, so they're only gonna be working one lane.
And all the work is just on one lane?
Well, they'll do one lane, then they switch over to the other.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
And they've done it before at night, and they shut it right down. But because they didn't get it in, they told me it's because they didn't get it in the bid process this year that it would be night paving. The contractor won't do it, so they're asking to, do it.
Wait, I thought you said that they wanted to pave 108 and do more than just fix the bridge.
Next year.
Yeah, this was part of the original plan, but for whatever reason delayed, pushed back.
Well, they said, when I talked to them at the school meeting, that they said the railroad shut them down from doing the
The
paving.
railroad shut them down because they have to, the contractor has to have a certain insurance binder to be so close to the railroad tracks. And that's out on the shop corner, you know, going to Newmarket, where the railroad tracks is.
By Ashland?
No, it's up actually past Hershey Lane, I think, there's a shop corner.
To the left there by the U-Haul place. right?
Yes, so you has the bridge work that's in there, so, and they said that that's the whole reason they weren't doing everything this year, because they didn't get that, the contractor. The railroads make it, no, unless they show us a certificate of insurance, because it's so close to the railroad. So there's a couple of things, and they're just trying to do some temporary paving before winter again, so next year they're going to pave one way.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know who owns the bridge.
Which one?
Nobody knows.
What, 108?
New Road.
We own New Road. At least the state thinks we own it.
The state does, yeah. I know we've closed it before. They said it needed to be upgraded back in the 80s. We just put barricades out to the road closed.
Yeah, I'd be
Is it
surprised if we don't own that bridge. Who owns a bridge over 108 is really my question.
State of New Hampshire.
Oh, because it's state road.
Over the railroad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went away, yeah. But New Road, it was always years ago, they thought the railroad road it was. If it wasn't for the railroad, we just filled in, and we don't need a bridge. Railroad needs a bridge, you know, there needs to be a bridge here, so the railroad can go through. And then we don't need that road, because no one could really use it, it's Newmarket. So we were like, at once we just barricaded it, we said, oh, needs work, we're gonna close it.
Oh, you're talking about access, not necessarily the bridge itself, but the access.
New Road.
Yeah.
New Road.
Yeah, we could just stub New Road off and block it.
Yeah,
The bridge would just sit there.
Town of Newfield doesn't need it.
Yeah,
We have no pedestrian, we have no
yeah.
residents or anything over there.
Except for we get state money to maintain that bridge.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do.
So we haven't done any maintenance to it?
You're my road agent.
Yeah, no, we haven't in 20 years, I can tell you that.
We just got bridge money for the 3 bridges in town. Main Street Bridge here, New Road, and I assumed,
Why would we get money for this thing? We don't maintain it.
I think it was for the 108, for this bridge here, and for New Road.
Huh?
It was for, they basically provided money to all towns for all bridges, whether they were on state roads or town roads,
Wow.
for maintenance.
So where does that go?
Where does it go? It's in our budget,
The general fund?
yes.
Yeah.
We'll use it for maintenance of the bridge.
So,
All right, any questions about 108 in the detail?
Not about 108. The last meeting, Obi and I talked quickly, we got an email from somebody in Runaway about the
washouts?
The river there. Were you able to look into that?
I looked at it,
Okay.
yeah. I know. I, personally, it needs something definitely, you know, eventually, but we don't, again, we don't have the money. I mean, we have roads much worse condition than that, than Runaway.
Full patching helped the situation.
It's really not even a hole.
It's not, it's just a
It's
crack.
just a bunch of cracks.
Yeah.
I mean,
It actually looked like it's in pretty good shape.
yeah, I don't know, unless you cut it all out and you if we were gonna do that on everything, we just don't have the budget. I guess that's one thing we really need to talk about, like budget time. When's budget time?
Yeah.
Real soon.
Haven't had my notice yet.
Brian,
Liar.
Did you go and present them?
You were on the email I sent out to all the department heads. 6-8 weeks ago.
I did not get a notice.
All right, I'll resend it to you, and I'm gonna show, you'll see that you're
I
running.
said to him, I just said to him, I haven't got a notice.
I know you were on the list, but I'll resend it.
Alright.
Brian, did you get a chance to look at 60 deer trees, Sukat's
Yeah,
place?
it's,
Did you throw some stone in?
it's a, well, I can tell you what the problem is, because I looked at it with my Todd every year.
Yes.
And his mailbox, you see where his,
Yep.
have you been up there?
Yep.
And you see where he has a pull off with like cobblestones or
Yep.
something over his mailbox. And then he has a curbing behind it, so it doesn't let the water run off.
It channels it.
It puts it all into one,
Yep.
channels it down, so it has a bigger flow of water in that town than that. And it's until we do that, it's just gonna keep washing out, so.
So did you ever put stone in it, or did he take care of it?
We cleaned it up,
Yeah.
wash it, yeah, once or twice, yeah.
Does it warrant any action by you now?
I mean, we can clean it up, I mean, just every time it pours,
Yeah.
we get, this year, every time, we fix something, it just,
2 weeks worth?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's normal.
Yeah.
Maintenance is,
A little larger stone in it, maybe?
we can do that, but they like to be able to mow. And if you put a larger stone down, they don't like to mow down. So we can do that.
Yeah, did we just receive a letter from her in addition to
I received
Mark
that
Casper?
email from,
One came in today.
Oh, I didn't see one.
Keisha, did one come in today?
I did not.
A road one?
Oh, that was.
For all
he
labor.
had that one.
Yeah, 31 over there.
While we're on the topic, let me just ask real quick, have you been down to the landing at all? You seen the wash out
I
there?
met, Winfrey down there.
Okay,
And I dropped off stone for the Boy Scouts
okay.
for the Eagle Project. And I guess I told them we do bigger stone for the washout going into the.
Yeah.
And then I guess Jeff Easton went down and filled in, took the 3/4 stone, put it in the washout.
washout?
And put the bigger stone in.
Okay.
'Cause he didn't know, he just thought he was gonna.
That's fine.
So I told him, well, we can get some big, I got the biggest stone I can get for that, so.
I mean, it's not in terrible shape, but it's obviously something that, address it sooner rather
And
than
that's
later.
another thing, it's a yearly, or every 2-year thing we got to maintain.
Okay.
But yeah, we're supposed to get him, when he's ready, I want some crushed gravel to fix the area, that whole area. When said he'd dig it out with Jeff's tractor and then he'd call me.
Oh, in, the state area is gonna dig out?
Yeah,
Okay.
just get the grass out,
Yeah,
and then he's gonna put some gravel.
okay.
Yeah.
When's Brian coming in? You know when it is, end of the month, next month? The road agent budget?
Well, he hasn't gotten his
No,
notice.
I know, but do you have the schedule?
It's right.
No, I didn't have anybody on the schedule.
Oh, I guess.
It was a notice saying, get ready to.
I think it's the same night as Chief.
Yeah, we've got it.
Oh, that'll
I
be.
want to go first.
Double win.
I want to go before.
Another summit.
Anything else for Brian?
I would, some night we should talk about the budget before we come up with one.
Okay. We can do that.
'Cause I just don't, I just need to know what the thoughts are on getting caught up on some of this paving.
Look, I will say this, we talked about it last year,
We talked
and
about
we deferred last year with the idea that this year, we were going to increase your budget.
Right.
So my expectation is that's gonna take place.
Is that-
Now, whether the town wants to move forward like that,
Exactly. Well, my thought is, because I know there's two ways, we can do it in the budget or we can do it on a warrant.
correct?
Now, I personally think we should just put it in the budget,
I do too.
because there's so many, I think there's gonna be a few warrant articles up there that, people are gonna have.
There's gonna be a lot of big ticket items.
Right.
No, and I think, in all honesty, it belongs in the budget.
Yeah, to pay it.
Yep.
Right, I need to. So-
And again, you know,
I mean,
this is not a left field for anyone.
Enough people have emailed this year wanting to know when the roads are gonna get paved, when the roads are gonna get fixed, and I just tell them, it's a budget.
We've talked about this for 2 years now,
Yeah.
and with the expectation of, with everything that we've dealt with budget-wise over the last 2 years, it's not gonna be pleasant, but it has to be done, in my opinion, so. I think, in my opinion, I'm planning on incorporating it into the budget, but if the town wants to do something different, the town can do something different.
Right, that's what it is. And that's my thing, to put it on the budget, and it's, for some reason, that when people call and say, when are you gonna pay my road? I'm like, "Well, priority right now."
Yep.
I mean, like I've said before, we have every new subdivision since 96, 97, we've really never spent any money on it. So you've got all the dead trees, Finn, Bassett, Hayden, Runaway, Heath, Stanley. You know,
Well, some of them are newer than others, but yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
some of them got yeah, but I mean, the newest one is Heath and Stanley,
Stanley,
which we built it in 2005, so it got top coated probably 2010.
Right.
So we're still talking 13 years.
Yeah, but we should get 20 years out of that, right?
When we did the paving plan back
I thought it was a 20-year.
in, it was like 17,
Oh, okay.
because we had like 17 miles, and it was
It's
like
like a
we
mile
wanted
of
to do
road.
a mile of road every year.
Yeah.
Now, back then, pavement was
Cheap.
$34 a ton, and now it's 60, 70, 80 laid, you know? So
Yep.
it's almost 3 times what it was when we did the whole mile a year thing, so it's working out good.
Brian, when you come in, are you gonna have a priority list for your blacktop
They
projects?
can, so,
That
yeah,
would be helpful to me.
yeah.
Anything else for Brian? All right. I'll get you that email. You should just expect it at Labor Day. It's budget time. All right. Next up, Chief, Office 365.
Can we skip that until Lieutenant Blaze gets back here in 10 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
10 minutes, Lieutenant Blaze will present that.
Not a problem. Only correspondence discussion is about the O'Brien estate, which we did talk about in non-public as a non-public item. Is there anything else that anybody has on that matter that we need to discuss? Okay. All right. Let's see here. MS1. Should have a copy of the MS1 in front of you. This is basically our valuation based on the assessments by Rod Wood, our assessor. Wow. Holy smokes. Our valuation is up to $451 million.
Inflation's a wonderful thing.
Well, that's remarkable because it wasn't that long ago we were basically just breaking through 300 million. That's pretty remarkable. So, any questions about the material? What you should see there is also yeah. Any questions?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to sign the MS1, the inventory evaluation provided by our assessor, Rod Wood.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
we received information from our auditors for our annual financial report. There are 2 items there. One is a request that we inform our town council, to provide information on pending litigation and other claims. Any questions about that piece from Bob Dickens Anderson?
No.
I'll make a motion to sign the letter on behalf of the town for the request to our council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Put that on letterhead. The other one is our non-attest services letter, which acknowledges the receipt of the audit information that they provided, quote papers, trial balances, etc. Does anybody have any questions about that statement?
No.
No? All right, I'll make a motion to sign.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. We'll put those, I'll talk to you about putting those on letterhead and getting them out.
Oh,
Great. See here. Oh, yeah. We have a notice for hiring Tim McClare.
Yes.
For a vacancy in the police department. You should have that notice. While the chief's here, any questions for chief? This will fill part-time?
Part-time.
Yeah. And any vacancies at this point in time? Okay, great. All right, make a motion to approve Tim McClure. Second by Hobie, all in favor?
Aye.
Hazel property. So, as I think you're aware, in June, the Hazel property went up for auction. It was acquired by John and Kim Looseman, the neighbors. Upon their occupancy of the property, it's come to at least my attention, and I'm raising this with you, of the status in the backyard, which we had cleaned up, has deteriorated again. John Hazel put a lot of equipment and materials back there. I drafted a letter that I think you've been provided, which basically is notifying the Loosemans of the concerns of the status, as well as I thought for their information's sake, not that we're citing them at this point in time, they just acquired the property, but a copy of the notice of violation was provided to Hazel, so they're aware of what the issues were, what the potential problems might be, and making a request that they look to address what they can in the backyard at this point in time. Given its location next to the school, next to the ball fields, that was the rationale for us to address the Hazel property 5-6 years ago, and I think it's still relevant despite the fact that the Loosemans now own the property. So that's the letter I have in front of you. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to review, you have questions.
They were in today.
Okay.
Good.
You're good? You're good. All right, I'll make a motion to send that letter. I'll sign it on behalf of the board to the Loosemans.
Second.
Second by Hobie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You? Office 365.
Chief and I have had a lot of discussions about issues with our email capabilities, not just the police department, but townwide. Talking to Sue at Town Hall, the staff over there, we've had significant challenges from sending and receiving emails, delays, complete outages a couple times, being able to work remotely for us, being able to send attachments, for example. We've had challenges with that. I could go on and on about the challenges we've had with emails. The solution is to go with Office 365. It's a modern email system. It's an Exchange cloud-based platform. Gets us away from using POP3 and IMAP, which is really just old school legacy email. The new system would be encrypted, secure, cloud-based, so it's automatically backed up. Includes, spyware, endpoint protection. It's a complete solution. There's different levels. Talking to our IT provider, CCS, there's a business solution, a government solution, and then different tiers within that. They suggested to stay with a business solution. Gives us the most flexibility, and it's more cost effective. It's cheaper. So within the business suite, you can go with the email only for certain users, or you can go with the top-end version, which includes email, the full Office suite, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all that stuff, and also includes the encryption and all of that as well. So looking at who needs what, still looking at exact numbers, but it'd be for all the police department users would need the full suite, which would be 11 users. The 3 ladies, the clerk's office would likely need it. Again, we'd have to have the final discussion with Sue, but we've spoke with her. She's on board with this as well. So that would be about 14 users of that for the full suite. Maybe another 15 email accounts for email only. For the board, 1 or 2 email accounts for the fire department, building inspector, if certain boards need an account to share. Again, that would...
Does email only cost, is that like a seat cost for just email only, or is that more
It's
like...
a per email account, so it's about $5.50 per month per user for the email only.
$5.50?
$5.50 per month.
The reason I ask is that for things like cemetery trustees, library trustees, trustees of the trust funds,
right.
A lot of those have newfieldsnh.gov
Right.
emails, and to be honest, it's probably far more appropriate for us to have them do business on those email accounts as opposed to their personal email accounts if they're doing town business. So,
And part of it would be easier for those folks to use this new system as well. So, there's probably users that don't want to deal with it because it's a pain to use the current system, right? So,
okay.
Again, that number, we have right now about 30 total email accounts townwide. Some of those can be eliminated. There's a couple PD ones that we've never used that we would get rid of. I'd have to go through with Sue and the board to figure out exactly that number. But ballpark would be about 15 email accounts, again, 14 full suite users.
How much does the full suite cost per seat?
It's $26 per user per month. Do you have the numbers?
Yeah, for 14 users, we covered the 11 at the police department, 3 at the town hall. We're talking approximately $4,300.68 a year. And then if you add
$4,368.
yes,
That's sense.
I'm sorry, dollars. 15 additional emails would be about $1,000 if you just did email only.
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking about $5,368 a year. There's a migration fee that CCS will charge $100 per user. We have 30 It comes down to, how do we fund this? Do you want this to be part of our budget, emergency management, our ERP funds? I know we have some options, but it's budget time, so it's how do we want to proceed?
Now, I think we need to do it. Our job is to figure out where it goes in the budget as an operational item. Out of curiosity, do you guys know what we're paying, off the top of your head, what we're paying for basically current email services right now?
If I recall, it's about, for the hosting, like $600 for the domain name. I think that was for
That's the web hosting, right?
the web hosting,
Yeah.
which is another issue I can talk
Yep.
about in a second. But as far as the email storage, I would have to double check on what exactly the total cost we're paying for the email is.
Okay. Look, at the end of the day, this is all just gonna get buried in the budget, and it'll be offset by whatever we're spending now. I mean, in my opinion, this needs to be done.
And just the efficiency for Sue, if she's sending out the blast, she has to send out 4 or 5 emails to the group of, 150 an hour? So it's wasting her time.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're talking about Office, but we're talking about Outlook specifically for the email piece, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and then the Office suite. So like on my computer, I just got the grant from Sue. I got where it says Run Cube email, and then she had to put 365 for the Office suite like on there, like she had bought, and then she got it with a multiple account, and then just use her code with Word and everything else on here that I need to look at documents or whatever. One thing we might want to consider doing, we just did this at work, as part of the suite, look at OneNote. Right, and what OneNote will do is it will capture everything that's on the computer. So if you run into a problem with the computer, everything's backed up on the OneNote. Anything having to do with your town email, what have you, so that if we decide to go to something else later, those ordering costs probably aren't going to be as much because we'll have everything captured on the OneNote. So
OneNote is included in the full suite.
it is right in the full suite, not in the just email suite, right?
Yeah, including OneNote, SharePoint, if we wanted to create an intranet for the town.
Yep.
For sharing information.
But our email will be sitting on the cloud anyway, so I mean, it's not gonna be a question about it getting lost from, even for the email only.
Correct.
That shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be an issue. Again, that's the advantage of 365, as opposed to the top service that we were offering.
In looking at, and we had some email issues before, looking at the hosting for the website and for the email, it's listed under David Vidgerly. I haven't reached out to CCS to see what it would take to straighten that out. It should not be under I don't even know what his role was at the time, but I think we should look at, if we're going to be correcting this and do it all properly, we need to resolve that as well. So.
Now, look, back when I first got on the board, we were basically trying to update the website and update our email service. David Eggerly was basically the local guy who was patching it together for the town, and had done it for years. And I think it's just one of those things that, when we migrated to the new website, he just did it and it never got changed. But yeah, we should definitely look to change all the contact and information on the web hosting, so it's just under the town. Okay. Any questions? Other questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Our job was to figure out how to do it in the context of the budget. Can I ask, though, that if you can, because I don't think this is necessarily a police line item, if you can just send an email to all of us, basically outlining the numbers and the details of it. You know, that way, when we address this in the context of the executive budget, we can properly account for it.
Sure, and I'll send I'll reach out to CCS to get what their price is to fix the.
Web hosting?
Correct.
Perfect.
Yep.
Great. All right. Any other questions on this, man? No? Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.
Date on this?
What's that?
When would we be looking at an effective date on this? New Year?
I presume January 1.
Is that what you guys are thinking?
Sooner the better.
Look,
you tell me.
look, put it this way, could we do it sooner? We could. I would want to see where our budget sits in early November to make sure that we're not going to have any overrun. If we don't, then we can probably move it forward. As long as do we have to enter into this is month to month, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, then that should be. So.
I don't know if there's an annual discount if we wanted to commit for the year.
Ask, might as well, or even if we're committing for 3 years, if there's a discount. I don't see why we wouldn't do something like that and take the discount, because Lord knows we've been operating for long enough under older technology.
I just don't know how it would work if, you know, say if we're adding more email accounts only, or if those numbers change, how that would affect it, but
In all honesty, outside of you guys, I don't see a whole lot of changes going on.
Okay.
For the number of email accounts and everything else.
Okay.
So, and I gotta believe that, again, if this is month to month, it should be easy for them to do the math. And even if we pay full boat, in mid-contract, we pay full boat at 20, at whatever it is,
Sure.
$5.50 a month for an email account. That's not. Okay, great, thank you. All right, Nicole. Burn Family Farm Building Inspector Compensation. I assume that's what you're here for?
No,
Oh.
that was an issue that I put on.
I know, but I'm assuming that Nicole was here for that. Yeah, okay, great. Something you put on, I'll let you take the lead.
I did. We received notice of Burton Family Farm in the beginning of the year that Larry Shaw was no longer be allowed to be the building inspector. And he was numerous denials to be on the property and impacted his ability to do that job. And as a result of that, we had to engage an inspector from another town, which was involved in the whole pavilion dealings. The alternate inspector, which we used, came up with a number of issues, and that seemed to work accordingly. And so we accommodated the farm by getting an inspector from the outside as opposed to using our town inspector who's fully qualified to do the job. And you had used and allowed him to work on the property and those events up until the pavilion issues arose. So we had to conduct a long search for an additional inspector. We agreed that Mr. Maxwell, feeling that Mr. Maxwell is acceptable to you. Mr. Maxwell needs to be compensated, and because we have an inspector that's fully capable of doing the job, that you will not allow to do the job, I don't believe it's the responsibility of the town to cover his expenses. That it's the responsibility of Burton Family Farm to cover all expenses incurred in hiring Maxwell. And I just want to make that, move that forward so there was no confusion about that on the board.
Okay. Do we, and I don't even know the answer to this because I haven't even checked in on this in some time. Do we know what has been done by Maxfield at this point in time? Has he been on the property inspections?
Nothing has been done because we haven't submitted anything to the town.
Oh, okay. So you haven't submitted anything?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, I guess then the compensation zero since he hasn't done anything at this point in time.
Right. I came here because I saw the agenda item and I
Sure.
believed that there was going to be a discussion or a conversation around, what that compensation would look like. So you're proposing, will be that it's the farmer's responsibility?
Yes. If you were to lose Mr. Shaw, that would just be the normal process in the application fee, but any additional funds that are required to compensate Mr. Maxfield, I do not believe should be, the onus should be on the town, it should be on the farm, because you're rejecting the use of the town building inspector.
So let me just, if I, sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but let me just make sure I understand what you're saying. So under our normal inspection process, you file a permit, there's fees associated with the permit. What you're saying is that any compensation over and above the fees that are generated by the permit should be covered by the permit?
That is correct.
Okay.
So are you aware how much an outside inspector costs?
Typically, the fees associated with a permit are based upon the work that's being done.
Right, I understand that from reading the permit. My question is, Jim's work.
I don't know, due to everything that's gone on, I've tried to keep my nose out of this as much as possible.
Okay,
My extent of activity in this was purely when the issue was raised about Larry going around to a half dozen towns to try to find a new inspector. And so Jim agreed to do it,
yeah,
and after that, and again, when Jeremiah and your builder was here, the last discussion we had was, you guys need to talk to both Larry and Jim about sitting down and figuring out how this will work.
okay.
Short of that, I have no more information, which is why I asked about whether any fees had been assessed yet, because
I put a
trying to stick out of it.
Yeah, I put a call into James yesterday,
Okay.
a voicemail, just wanting to introduce myself and start the conversation. So
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to actually connect with him, but I guess one of my questions was going to be, is there a cost for using you for our project?
Right.
Would you anticipate there being a cost for using him?
Well, I would.
Separate from the building permit. I understand the cost of the building.
Honestly, this isn't my bailiwick. My expectation is that the fees associated with the permit would be going to cover his compensation. And the only question is based upon the work that you guys are doing, is there going to be anything over and above that he's going to charge? Which is why I wanted you guys to talk to Jim and to Larry, just to make sure everyone's on the same page about what the expectation is. I don't know the answer to your question.
Okay.
And if you haven't submitted a permit, my guess is that, everybody will not have an answer because they won't know what you're doing yet, and to the extent of it.
Okay.
My motivation here is just to preclude confusion down the pipe, so everybody's on the same sheet of music, that we're cognizant of that there may be additional fees associated with bringing in an outside inspector, in addition to what is normally covered by the building application process. And the town should not be on the hook for that, because we're not the ones that force a different outside inspector to come into the process.
And let's be clear, Jim hasn't indicated that there's anything over and above to us.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
But again, I highly recommend you guys sit down with him, with your contractor, and with Larry, and figure this out, so that you guys aren't caught by surprise, and Larry's not caught by surprise, and Jim's not caught by surprise. It's going to require you guys to just get on the same page about how this process will work, type of work you haven't done, and understanding what Jim Maxfield is going to do and how he's going to be compensated.
Okay.
So,
Are the costs associated with, I understand that when you fill out the building permit, the cost of the permit is different depending on the project.
exactly.
So my next question is, with those fees, traditionally are those fees given to the town building inspector?
There's a schedule.
Yeah.
There's a town schedule for permit fees. And so based upon your project and how that falls out,
Yep.
that would determine what the fee is for the permits. So, and you can request that down to town hall anytime, the building permit fees. It's a public schedule.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, okay. That's how it'll fall out.
Okay.
And then, again, if you're doing a small bathroom addition, that fee is probably gonna be a lot less than if you're doing a 3-car garage, right? Mainly because, you know, from the inspector's fee period timeframe, them doing an inspection on the bathroom is quick electrical, plumbing, okay, yes, this all works. Whereas a much larger structure, you're getting into footings and structural and everything else. So the fee schedule is designed around that concept. So again, I just highly recommend you reach out to Jim, reach out to Larry, have your building inspector, your building contractor, talk to them, and just make sure everyone's on the same page.
Okay. Have there been examples in town where residents have not used the town building inspector to your knowledge and like?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
Put it this way,
wondering
this is the
how-
first time that since I've been on the board, this is the first time where the request was made not to use the town inspector.
Right.
So, and look, have these conversations. If there's something egregious, come back and talk to us, okay? I think Hobie's right. I think our inclination is right now, the request was made. If there's anything over and above the permit fees to compensate Maxfield, then you know, you should be addressing it. But if there's something egregious going on, you think there's a huge problem, come back and talk to us. We'll figure something out.
What do you mean by if there's a big problem?
If Jim says, oh no, over and above my permit fees, I want $20,000,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
To me, that's egregious.
Okay.
I would assume that you guys would think so too.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, again, I don't think that would be correct. And at that point in time, you can either go back to Larry or we'll try to go find another inspector. That's why, again, last time Jeremiah and your contractor was here, I was encouraging them to have these conversations sooner rather than later.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay?
So your recommendation is that I talk to Jim Maxfield, that I ask him if there's anything above the building cost permits, and you're also recommending to sit down and have a conversation in which Larry and Jim are all together.
Yeah, and your contractor.
Right.
Right, yeah, absolutely. That's my recommendation. That's, look, take it for what it's worth. But I just think that if getting you guys all on the same page about process, what the fees are, where Jim fits in on all this, in the long run, it will speed your process up and we won't keep going back and forth about.
No surprises, mitigates any confusion.
I mean, honestly, the less we have to do with this, the better off you guys are.
Understood.
So.
Okay, but so no actual decision to be made? I mean, I
think Hope wanted to make sure that you guys understood the position of the board,
Okay.
understood that, you know, we're encouraging you to sit down, not because we're trying to shove you out the door, but again, I think it's for your benefit to make sure
Okay.
everybody
So,
understands.
Understood. So after that meeting, when everybody's on the same page and provided that there's nothing egregious,
Mhm.
we're looking to just move forward,
Mhm.
what are the next steps?
Well, I would presume that your contractor would submit a building permit,
Yeah.
and it would just proceed as expected, like any other building permit. Now, you know, there'll be inspections, there'll be, you know, requirements of you guys to, you know, follow that process. And again, I think that's working with Jim about what's going to get built and everything else. And I'm presuming that all of this is complying with the, you know, the zoning and for that area and everything else. I'm making that presumption.
Yep.
Again, I don't want to deal with this stuff if I don't have to. So again, as long as it's complying with the town ordinances and the building requirements, it's a process where we don't have to do anything. You guys just, you know, do what you need to do. Your contractor does what he needs to do, and he coordinates with the inspector to make sure that everything's kosher on the construction.
Yeah, the biggest thing is scope of work. I mean, if your contractor has a clear scope of work that he's gonna do, you'll get better answers out of them, whether, you know, versus, well, we might do this or we might do that.
Right.
You know, so, but, yeah, I met your contractor and he's pretty good, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just here to make sure that everything is
Yeah.
clear.
No.
I appreciate it.
And again, if you have questions, not that we're gonna be the best person to answer it, but feel free to send us an email. I mean, if we don't know, we'll try to point you in the right direction.
Okay, where do you suggest the meeting take place? Where do we
Usually, well, it may be a location that's convenient to Jim since he's a primary.
Okay.
But, look, if you guys want to meet up here, if you want to meet down in town offices, we can make arrangements for that. That's not a problem.
Okay. Should I be asking any other questions that I'm not currently asking? Just making sure I'm crossed off my T's and dotted my I's.
No, trust me, your questions are absolutely in line. From a process standpoint, they're going to be able to answer the questions that matter. I mean, from our standpoint, it's just, we want to make sure that you understand what the town position is, and hopefully, you know, it's not going to be anything surprising as you work with Jim in the permit fees.
It should be pretty straightforward, Nicole, once you get into the building permit process. I mean, it's all right there on the paperwork and what the fees are.
Yeah.
And then it also includes sequence for inspections, access, and all those standard items are all there in black and white, so there's no confusion about the protocol.
Yeah, okay. Well, while I don't really agree that I think it should be completely on Brennan to pay for everything that's above and beyond, I accept that maybe that's a conversation for another time. Because I don't even know what it is. You know?
Yep. No, fair enough.
So,
Fair enough. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
yeah, I would like to also ask, I had asked Toby this before, is there a way to notify residents when they're on the agenda?
Yeah, typically that's not our job. We'll try to be a little more proactive on that. Yeah, apologize for that, but certainly appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Nicole. All right, September revenue and expenditures. You should have those in front of you. Sure, we don't have any other election activity this year, do we?
No. Not until the primary.
Oh, is the printing for the annual report? Oh, okay, all right, that's, because we were, you know, half the budget hasn't been spent, and I was wondering about that, but that explains it, thanks.
Behind our phone license.
You know, that's one item I don't worry about. Automobiles, we've caught up on that though, which is good.
How often are they emptying that cardboard bin?
Couple times a week.
A couple times a week now.
Really?
Yeah,
The cardboard bin?
every time you go, it's full, right?
Every time.
Yeah, minimum twice a week, and then we call when we know it's
Yeah.
full, and people come in
Yeah.
and say that it's full.
But yeah, they do it at least twice a week,
Wow.
believe it or not. Obviously, people in this town buy stuff.
They come with pickup trucks full of cardboard all at once, so it could be one or two people in the front full,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right. Make sure we're doing all right.
We taxed Amazon for the road use, we could offset the cost.
No kidding. Call it a cardboard fee
Yeah.
for every package delivered, $3. Okay, that is looking pretty good so far. Any other questions, issues, concerns? All right, prior meeting minutes. So we have 3 sets? I only have 1.
I emailed you the other 2.
Oh, you did.
Well,
You know what? If these guys are good with them, I'm good with them. Minutes for September 11th, 2023.
I have read those and I'm good with it.
You're good with
Good,
them?
yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the 9/11 minutes.
Second.
Second?
Second.
Oh, second by Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes for
Oh, the
9.
11th was the Hilton property here.
Was the Hilton? Yeah.
Right.
9/12 was the select board meeting.
Yep.
Any changes to that one? Make a motion to accept as approved. Second by Hobie, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the 9/26 ones, those are the ones we have today. I didn't see anything in there that,
I've already-
I'm abstaining.
I read one, good with it.
I'll-
I'm good.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept. the
Motion by
26
Hobie.
members.
Second.
Second by Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain from that since I have no idea whether they're right or not. Okay, thank you. Let me just check here. Board issues we talked about, commission dues we mentioned, and amendments, great. All right, minutes are done. Other business, real quick, just to make mention for the general public. Next weekend is the town trash day, bring all the stuff that you don't put to the curb
Mhm.
down to the town water department, so come on, come all, 8 to noon on Saturday the 21st. Also, this weekend, 1 to 4, will be an event for Don Doan here at Town Hall. Don was the longtime treasurer of the town, a great man, recently passed. And there'll be a celebration for him on Saturday. All right, anything else that you guys have?
Next week, the 18th, we have the emergency session at the fire department. I'll be attending.
Oh, great,
Yep.
perfect. Anything from you, Mr. Harmon?
I've got some stuff I'll wait till Brian comes in to talk about road.
For budget?
Yeah,
Okay.
budget
Yep.
for roads and
Yep.
also for the, talking to Bill Reserve about updates on what's going on with summer pleasure.
Yeah, we just got information back from Deb Lozelle actually today. I have a call scheduled with Bill to go over that as well, so we can talk about that in the next meeting.
He gave me a slow
We'll put it on the
down
agenda.
today when I talked to him.
All right. David, you have anything? You just here? You have stuff to sign? Excellent. All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 8:02.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thanks for staying. We love having company.
This is young lady, Billy. Hello, Macy. Hi, Macy. How are you?
Are you here for checks?
Dad, have I give you out of gymnastics early?
Are you here to sign checks?
Did I upset you?
They should have the check for you.
Oh, you have
I just have to do my duty real quick, Dave, and I'm going to do.
I know, dude. Do you have any homework tonight?
Did you go paychecks?
I didn't see the airplane.
I like this one.
The airplane's going over.
What's your number?
That's right.
Do you want to sign all these, Dave, or do you want me to sign the second signature? Okay, great. I'll let you do that. It looks like we hit them all.
I think so.
Dave, any time? Yes. You want to take that down?
Yeah.
Take care.
Sorry, Bill. Bye, Macy.
Bye-bye.